Hi, Libra Moons. Thank you so much for being here. I am Divine Femme Carrot 144. Very happy, grateful, and blessed to bring you this reading. This reading is designed for those who have their moon sign in the zodiac sign of Libra, unlimited to anyone who should find this message or should this message find you. For your reading, I will be doing a 6-card spread, and that will be the totality of your reading. Might possibly look at the bottom of the deck. Keeping it OG style here for your reading. We're doing something a little different. And with your energy, I got that feeling overall. It was very supportive and really calling towards the energy of balance for anything that has been in balance, and really getting to the truth of self. At least for myself, I guess moving along one's journey, it can be easy to get lost sometimes. Not to say that I've been feeling lost, but there's been a lot of things that I've, as a part of my journey, have learned as being a people pleaser, and really getting away from that as a part of one of the significant lessons that I had to learn, and learn the hard way. And I just very slowly but surely have found myself wondering why I feel a certain way about what it is that I do when I do things. And so just kind of assessing, and I'm getting chariot energy, very matching with your 7 energy, with the chariot card being a card of 7. 7th house energy is Libra. But just sitting and assessing and really taking the time to feel from within, and to ask, what really felt good, what was it that felt good, what contributed to things feeling good, me feeling good, what have you. So some of you may be going through this. I do feel this may be related to the beautiful Cleopatra that we have present here too as well. Very interesting. I also found something very different than what I normally do for the readings that I do for anything that I present, or anyone that I present. And so what I have here for Cleopatra is a list that I'm going to read from, and it's titled 10 Little Known Facts About Cleopatra. This came to me too. I don't go searching. Just as with all of the other women, anyone who has come to me just comes to me. I don't go looking, and I don't go assigning certain people to certain readings. It all flows and comes to me all at once, and whoever ends up with whomever, whatever sign, that's what it is. I don't pick and choose. And so we're just going with the flow here, and I do feel that going with the flow is helping to restore a lot of great balance. Feeling this from within myself, but also with the collective. The delicacy of your presence and this pink energy is magnificent as well. I have strong Libra energy in my chart also, so I'm really digging this. We're already celebrating Valentine's Day. Every day is Valentine's Day. It's always a day for great loving, and to take that opportunity to express your love to those and with those that you love dearly and really have great feelings about. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get to the reading here. I hope I do a great job for you all. And if I don't, I do apologize. 10 little known facts about Cleopatra. And I'm not going to read all 10. I'm just going to read the first 5. Very interesting, too. I just came across another picture here, too, that's very different than this one. I will say, too, in doing research for Cleopatra, it was messy. It was messy. I feel that getting down to the depths of this woman and who she really is and what she truly represents has been pretty hefty. And that given me the energy of the lotus rising from the mud, the beautification, the transformation energy, all of that is coming through here. But this is a part of the picture that I'm seeing is a part of the link from where I'm reading. So feel free to check this out. But the picture that they have here, and this is from history.com, that they have here of Cleopatra is completely different than what I'm seeing here. So I almost feel like there's like some kind of controversy type story behind the depiction of the picture I'm looking at on this website versus how she wanted to be seen, which is what's here. Almost like, no, I'm not going to say that because that wouldn't be fair. All right, let's go ahead and get to number one. Cleopatra was not Egyptian. While Cleopatra was born in Egypt, she traced her family origins to Macedonian Greece and Ptolemy, one of Alexander the Great's generals. Ptolemy reigned Egypt after Alexander's death in 323 BC, and he launched a dynasty of Greek-speaking rulers that lasted for nearly 3 centuries. Despite not being ethnically Egyptian, Cleopatra embraced many of her country's ancient customs and was the first member of the Ptolemaic line to learn the Egyptian language. Number two, she was the product of incest. Like many royal houses, members of the Ptolemaic dynasty often married within the family to preserve the purity of their bloodline. More than a dozen of Cleopatra's ancestors tied the knot with cousins or siblings, and it's likely that her own parents were brother and sister. In keeping with this custom, Cleopatra eventually married both of her adolescent brothers, each of whom served as her ceremonial spouse and co-regent at different times during her reign. Number three. Cleopatra's beauty wasn't her biggest asset. Roman propaganda painted Cleopatra as a debauched temptress who used her sex appeal as a political weapon. But she may have been more renowned for her intellect than her appearance. She spoke as many as a dozen languages and was educated in mathematics, philosophy, oratory, and astronomy. And Egyptian sources later described her as a ruler who elevated the ranks of scholars and enjoyed their company. There's also evidence that Cleopatra wasn't as physically striking as once believed. Coins with her portrait show her with manly features and a large hooked nose, though some historians contend that she intentionally portrayed herself as masculine as a display of strength. All right, and then let's see. Number four, she had a hand in the deaths of three of her siblings. Power grabs and murder plots were as much as Ptolemaic tradition as family marriage, and Cleopatra and her brothers and sisters were no different. Her first sibling husband, Ptolemy VIII, ran her out of Egypt after she tried to take sole possession of the throne, and the pair later faced off in a civil war. Cleopatra regained the upper hand by teaming with Julius Caesar, and Ptolemy drowned in the Nile River after being defeated in battle. Following the war, Cleopatra remarried to her younger brother, Ptolemy the 14th, but she believed to have had him murdered in a bid to make her son co-ruler. In 41 BC, she also engineered the execution of her sister, Arsinoe. And it could be Arsinoe, is what I'm seeing, but again, if I'm not pronouncing it right, I do apologize. Who she considered a rival to the throne. That's gangster. Number five, Cleopatra knew how to make an entrance. Cleopatra believed herself to be a living goddess, and she often used clever stagecraft to woo potential allies and reinforce her divine status. A famous example of her flair for the dramatic came in 48 BC when Julius Caesar, say that 3 times, arrived in Alexandria during her feud with her brother Ptolemy VIII. Knowing Ptolemy's forces would thwart her attempts to meet with the Roman general, Cleopatra had herself wrapped in a carpet, some sources say it was a linen sack, and smuggled into his personal quarters. Caesar was dazzled by the sight of the young queen in her royal garb, and the two soon became allies and lovers. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Let's see. Yeah, we'll leave it there. We'll go ahead and get to your cards here. I did already pre-shuffle the deck. Part of the reason that I began to shuffle the deck on camera was part of that people pleasing and felt like I had to do that in order to appease the minds of others. And so, just again, going back to some assessing, reassessing, and observing, and really seeing how it is that I felt about everything in this situation. I'm going back to what it is that I was initially guided to do. I'm not here to appease anyone. If anything, I'm here to assist and support. And I totally go with my guidance and what is happening from within, and have only the best interest for everyone and anyone who comes across these messages. So if you don't believe what it is that I do, consider yourself very blessed for coming across this reading, but that is completely your choice. And I just refuse to allow that or anyone's mindset, not going through the experiences that I've gone through along my journey and in my life, to interfere with that and my happiness. So let's go ahead and get to your cards here. And I'm not taking reversals either. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, just like we have in the past. It's been a while, but here we are. All right, so your first card, Libra Moon. Let me scoot this down a little bit. We have the King of Swords. And the way that I'm going to do this here too, we might have to push the candies out of the way. But I'm going to stack these on top as we go here. But this is you and your energy here. King of Swords. Swords is your energy, and then also Gemini and Aquarius. And so with you being such an inspiration, I do feel that this is you leading the way in what I was picking up on in preparing for your reading. And I thank you so much for that beautiful vibe, being a part of this beautiful tribe, and helping us all to learn how to say no, because that's what I'm getting here. Also reflecting truth. But this is also having to do with, seeing one's truth, getting back to the essence of, you and what really truly made you happy. If you're coming a long way and then discover yourself in a certain spot, realizing the foundation that you built, how you built that, what it was built upon, what you can do to remodel that if necessary. It may not even be needed. But then to also, have that joy and that comfort and feeling when it comes to home. And so I do see this sword as being a part of the home symbolism, with that sword being a symbol for air. So I'm just seeing you holding up truth, being true, standing for truth, and nothing but. King energy is a part of the Emperor here too as well. But really seeing the truth for what it is and having greater clarity is also what I'm getting here. Not afraid to speak your truth and to be yourself, and to use that sword to cut off whatever is not serving you at any point in time, on site. No time wasted. Lovely. Let's get to your next card. All right, boss. We have the Four of Pentacles. So this is holding on to what it is that you have, but then also what it is that you're gaining, and really taking the time to be grateful for it and appreciate it, taking really good care of it. This is also an energy of stability with the fours. And this is the Minor Arcana Emperor that we have here too. So very fitting that we have the King of Swords and the Emperor. It's complete boss mode here for you. You're completely in your element and definitely feeling through it. I feel that this is almost like the movement forward after that reassessing, observing, doing what you need to do to start on a certain foundation. This could even be an Ace of Swords new beginning here. I don't want to say Ace of Swords because aces have nothing to do with the past. I do feel that this is about you really taking the time to look at certain things from your past and weeding and seeding out to fill in with what is comparable and what matches and what feels good for you. And so, with all that being said, this is a part of that Emperor energy and really bossing up and taking the reins and taking control and putting the action in to move forward. Having great balance here, as I also see the two asps here. Cobra energy, that could be significant. It could be a spirit animal here for you. But I am seeing the energy of balance with these two flowers. Pentacles is earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And then 4 energy is also Cancerian energy. So that could be significant for you too. But I do feel that this is just about you loving self, protecting self, what it is that you have and what it is that you gain, and doing a great job of it. Having great stability, being very stable here. Your next card. All right, we have the Hermit. And with this, I'm getting that, there's a time to play. This being playtime almost. You having I was getting enlightenment initially, but just seeing the way that this garment is being held, enjoying oneself. This is playtime. Some of you may be out on the beach. Some of you may enjoy water. You may be in the water, swimming pool, out in the sun, having a great time. Or this being part of the plan, now having made and set some boundaries for yourself and realizing what it is that you want to get more into or to even get back to. 9 energy is Sagittarius energy, so that fun-loving, playful energy is coming through. Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius. 9s are also about completions. Hermit energy is also Virgo energy, so there's great grounded energy. I feel this is a decision made off of being very grounded and realizing that there's a time to pay and there's a time to play. That might be the title. And this, I'm seeing this as almost like a scale here. One side of the scale, you're this major boss of the King of Sword, really laying the smack down, doing what you need to do for yourself, but then also doing it to have boundaries and to also help others as well by being and speaking truth. And then this being the individual support, the supportive system that holds up the two scales. And that speaking very loudly there with that energy of the 4 and the stability overall. So it's perfect. And then on the other side of the scale, we have this Hermit energy here. And that being the playtime. That's taking the time to yourself or being around others here too. Hermit energy is usually more of a contained energy where it's related to being indoors. But we have the energy of being outdoors. So you're amongst others, even if you want to be to yourself. It could even be a place where you go to meditate. But I am getting greater enlightenment being achieved. And the way that this is being achieved is because you're taking that time, because you're taking the energy to maintain your balance very well here by being on both spectrums of the scale here. And that being you all together. Very interesting also what I'm picking up here too, given that you are Libra moon and we have that sun energy, I do feel that this speaks to the outer balance that's coming from within. The moon energy is connected to the color white. So I am seeing this also being connected to that assessment, the observation on what it is that you really want to get back into or get into to have more fun in your life. Happiness, sun being connected to that. Leo energy is also present here too as well with the sun being the ruler of Leo. A lot of you could just be really, really happy though. Being in a very good spot, feeling very balanced, very safe, very free, doing what it is that you want, what you love. And if you don't know that, then you figured that out and you're moving towards that and you're very happy about that. Feeling like you're walking on water. All right, let's get to your next card. We have the moon card. All right, and then the moon energy is usually about secrecy, but I'm not getting that. And I usually don't get that. I think that's interesting too, like what this moon energy represents and what I've done as far as research and what I know for it and what usually comes through is not the more modern or traditional meanings for the moon card. I'm getting a mother energy connected to this. This is a card of 18. This is also another 9. So you have two nines coming out consecutively together. That could be significant. The year 1999 could also be significant too. But I feel that this is just more about the balance from within yourself and knowing how to embrace the time that it is that you have. For some of you, with this coming out after this Hermit card, with the nighttime energy of the Hermit and going within, the playtime energy, it could just be that what it is that you do in this play energy could be something that is done at nighttime. Or the transformative energy of what just has happened with the new moon coming about has been a catalyst for you to learn better, to want better, and to do better for yourself. And there's just, I'm seeing the overall great balance here from within self here too. A lot of you could be a high priestess or a hierophant or both. I'm getting more high priestess energy, but I do get a connect of the hierophant with this. You coming into greater balance and then putting something to an end here. And so with me saying that too, I'm also getting that sword there and what it is that you may have cut off. And it may be connected to a Scorpio energy here. But it, like I'm getting there being a call for great strength for you to come together in this balance in such a significant way. I feel that it's connected to really closing a certain cycle, a certain karmic cycle connected to Scorpio energies. So you may have had certain relationships or partnerships in love and money connected to Scorpio energy, and this being a part of your purpose here in this lifetime in order to close certain cycles related to these energies, to really come into your power and be that King of Swords. Developing yourself even more here too. It may have been that Scorpio energy that helped you to gain even greater energy to rise into that King of Swords, to be even more into this Emperor, and then to also demand balance for oneself by knowing that, again, when it's time to play, there's a time to pay, there's also a time to play. So I do see, and a lot of the time I get this here too, when the moon card comes out with this being a moon reading, the truth just being seen, you being seen for the truth of who it is that you are, because you're very much in your power. I mean, I got the freaking energy of the scales for your reading. And I don't think I've ever gotten that. If I have, it's been far few and in between. But just getting that energy from the cards itself, I think that's pretty dope. And I do feel that it's connected to what we have here. Where I'm seeing too, like this being the physicality from within you, this being your spirit up here, and there being communication that's helping things to transform and to transpire as you are in great balance here. As we see the black with the white and the white with the black, and the two pyramids being very significant here too. I'm also seeing these clouds kind of move away from the moon, drifting away to almost as if to show an uncovering. They're being, it's the greater clarity energy that I'm picking up on. So with the mother energy that I was getting, it could just be a lot of you being seen for, the beautiful mother. Someone could have been lying on you and you being seen for the truth And, if you stayed on the right path, where I do feel that you have with the scale energy that's here, you're being seen through for being that truth, for living in truth and representing truth. Being recognized, seen, and appreciated. Having great balance and stability from within oneself. Being strong enough and wanting to do that for yourself, to be able to close certain karmic cycles connected to Scorpio energies, where I do feel it's more of a low vibrational rather than a high vibe. This may have been the catalyst. So interesting too, because I got this as a part of one of your titles anyway. I'm still debating on whether or not I'm going to use it, but this was an activator for you to get into the position of where it is that you are now. The Scorpionic energy. Scorpio energy is very transformative, life-changing. All right. And then, yeah, with that completion energy of the 9, the 18 coming together to create that 9, with that greater awareness that's coming through, it's like, okay, cycle completed, mission accomplished. Moving on to the 10 of endings, going into some new beginnings. And then we have that ace there too that I was picking up slightly. Again, I'm getting more almost like a 50-50 energy with that newness, where you do have an ace of sword new beginning, but the ace of sword energy that I was getting, just kind of speaking to the new beginning that's manifesting, that you've been manifesting for yourself based off of learning from old situations. And I do get that also being connected to that Scorpio energy as well. Your next card. Oh my God, Libras, you're so special. We have the Justice card. So this is that support, that center support that's holding the scales. How perfect is this that we have that Justice card aligning with that energy of that stability and that 4, and what I was getting as the component that is holding up the two sides of the scales, of the overall scale itself. That is completely magical. I feel it also speaks to the work that you've done with this coming out after the Moon card, and just speaking to the power from within you, and how it is that you are demanding balance and justice and fairness in all situations, having discovered this from within yourself, realizing that something may have felt really imbalanced for possibly quite some time without you even realizing it, where there may have been a redundancy that you're just completely over, because I am getting that here with you holding that sword up. So the feminine energy from within, where I'm getting it being connected to that king energy here. Queen of Sword energy is what I'm seeing here. Queen of Sword is a badass, is also what I'm getting. Such a badass that they have their own special made Hanzu sword. I got that from Kill Bill. No, but for real, like, you're unique. And what it is that you use, how you use it, no one can. No one can. And no one will. Ever. Seeing the scarab beetle here too, that just gives me that energy of that nothingness and what you're able to take. Being such a strong air sign, taking the magic of what's in the air and manifesting it into the physical. And I did say that previously, with the physicality and the spirituality from within that's coming from that Moon card. And I'm also seeing Chariot energy here too. This is right after the Chariot card, that being a card of 8. This is also more Scorpio energy. So justice coming in, connected to what it is that you may have experienced. It being a benefit, but it also being somewhat of a detriment here is what I'm picking up on. But it helped you to get to this beautiful state of where it is that you are now, that's helping you to propel yourself even further into what's going to be, I feel, is a part of the pay, but it's balanced energy where you're going to be having fun doing what it is that you're doing. More fun if you haven't already been having fun. You got big shit popping and little shit stopping. A energy, I'm also getting connected to the Saturnian energy, and this just being karmic return, because you've been stable, because you are this emperor, because you are a boss, because you are a great builder and achiever and giver who represents fairness, balance, justice. Um, you're getting ready for something here. Something very significant is coming through. With this also coming out after the moon card, if that moon energy was related to any kind of deception or secrecy, where I do feel with this coming out in your reading, you're reflecting by you being truth and representing truth. Any falsities are going to reflect back automatically and be seen for what they really are. No lies will be able to get past you. They're not going to, and they haven't been able to. And I feel the stronger that you get, that continues to happen for you more and more because your aura has increased to where it's not holding anything but the truth. So that's what I'm getting there too. And so I also see you moving away from what does not serve with that chariot energy, but having your back to, any kind of discord, unafraid to hold up those scales, unafraid to hold up that sword, your representation, your symbolism, unafraid to be yourself. You've come a long way. It's also what I'm seeing here too with the heightened energy and just moving on up and then moving on forward here too as well. Being safe and protected. But the universe also coming in as a great support here to assist you. I do feel this is also too about remembrance from past lives and who it is that you are. Seeing the royalty from within as a physicality. You probably have felt this time after time after time after time. I feel that your spirit team is continuing to show you signs in certain ways where you're becoming more awakened to your own truth, seeing things for what they really are, where they may have been in your face for years, but because you've ascended and heightened yourself, maintained your balance, demanded balance, and increased yourself. It's almost like the lies or any kind of imbalance or anything connected to any kind of imbalance is going to show itself right away. Very similar energies here. I'm seeing very similar stances here too. And the way that the staff is being held here compared to the sword. So I'm almost getting magician energy here too. Magician energy is Gemini energy, Gemini being ruled by Mercury. So we do have Mercury energy here with that being a card of Virgo. Also with it being a 9, the polarity energy of Sagittarius. So that's pretty neat there too as well. All right. Strong representation. You are not one to be messed with. Let's see what your next card, your last card is. Being seen for the beautiful person, the beautiful parent, mother, father, what have you, that you are. This is great independence. This is having everything that it is that you need, being very wealthy. This is great. This is even more of that stability. I feel that the lesson, seeing the 4 of Pentacles and the 9 of Pentacles, the lesson was having to do with the 5 of Pentacles and lack mentality, and realizing that you've never been without, that you've always been an ultra boss, and destined and designed for greatness, with you being even a Libra. So I think, Libra energy is just completely outstanding. But definitely representing those scales, it's very important, that representation. I'm seeing the Eye of Horus as like an increasement here too, almost as if it's a leveling up, speaking to the trophy of what it is that you've gained, and it being this great stability and independence, wealth, health, beauty, having it all. This is the Empress card. This is your card. This is another one of your cards that is falling underneath the energy of the 9 represented by the Hermit. But I was getting this as being you completely, even with all of that outside energy. So it could be that you have those other sign energies in your chart. But I just feel that this is about illumination and there being greater clarity and you making sure that there's no misunderstandings about who it is and what it is that you are and what it is that you're also capable of doing. I'm getting more of the magician energy being connected to this. This is more Sagittarius energy, so the polarity energy for this is also Gemini here too as well, with ninth house energy of Sagittarius being present there. But you have another 9, lots of 9 energy speaking to great completions, you successfully accomplishing the goal, doing what it took as this King of Sword here, and really setting boundary and assessing and observing, using all of your Libra energy to really come through for yourself and to demand that balance from within, and it just manifesting itself beautifully on the outer, where you're in a complete glow up stage here. You have the Emperor and the Empress. Counterpart energy. This is more of that balance from within yourself and the importance that you place upon yourself. This is great self-love here. Highly balanced, very stable, very beautiful, very wealthy, very healthy. You have it going on. You have it going on. The 9 that we have here with these pentacles here, the next step up is the 10 of Pentacles. And it doesn't even have to be about a step up. I feel you're already there. Seeing that there. But this will be, whatever pentacle comes through, because you're ready for this. You built yourself up to be ready for that next pentacle that's going to bring about that 10 of great fulfillment on many formats. And I feel that has to do with your wishes and dreams and desires, and not necessarily something that's a sign that would come with a typical 10 of Pentacles. Because you already have everything and all the people in your life that you need. That 10 of Pentacles is going to be a complete increasement and a bonus, complete bonus. Because I do feel this 9 of Pentacles is your 10 of Pentacles for yourself here. So for a lot of you, if not all of you that are resonating with this, there is an Ace of Pentacles energy that I'm getting that is coming through here for you. A hefty offer. That's very well deserved because you've done the work here and stayed very stable, very sound, very balanced, very much in your power. Not only that, but you've increased and learned lessons, did what you had to do. You did the self-work. And now the universe is also supporting you as well, which is even more beautiful. Significant Jupiter blessings are here too as well. I want to mention that also. And then with the Venus energy and this being your card, you're super special. You're super special. The Empress is all 4 queens in one. This could just be speaking to you being a younger energy here, but I do feel that it's more about the representation of the Pentacle and how it is that you really truly represent yourself in all ways as being a great magician, but also being a great emperor and a great empress. I love this. This is so nice. All right, let's see what's on the bottom. I should mention too, great creating energy between the Emperor and the Empress that is present here. It just gives me that energy from the Scarab Beetle and how strong it is. You are being able to, again, take the energy of nothingness and turn it into something completely gorgeous and beneficial and impactful. Because you're not just doing this for yourself. I feel that you're also being an exemplar here. Whether you want to or not, you are. And this is a playful energy here too as well. So for a lot of you, if you know you've been on more of that pay energy, being that boss and, you know, being out in the world and making sure that, you know, people are being fair, situations are fair, whatnot, it's time to get your play on. Sexy, sexy. Utilize some of that of what it is that you gain to get yourself out there and go have some fun, whatever that may be. And if you're dreaming about a certain situation or something, put that down. Put that down on paper and get it going. All things are possible. Don't believe that you can't ever do something that you really truly want to do. On the bottom here, we have the Queen of Cups. I love this reading. So this is that delicacy that I was getting. And I firmly believe this is that Pisces energy that constantly wants to come through in your readings. But I'm feeling that strongly. But this could also be because we do have the Cancerian energy that's coming through with the fourth house energy. Even the Scorpio energy. The glow up of what it is that you've learned from dealing with Scorpionic energies, the water sign. And how it is to love and to have compassion. To really have true unconditional love. That's what this Queen of Chalices is about here. We have an Ace of Cup energy, knowing how to fill up your own cup. I see a very strong resemblance here with the sword and the cup. So that just giving me that energy of you as the magician yet again. Knowing where to direct your tools, knowing when to. And so I'm also getting great High Priestess energy here too. But being strong within your force and knowing how to guide your chariot. How to utilize your tools from your magician toolbox. And manifest greatly as a powerful King of Swords. Balance out with the beautiful delicacy of that Queen of Chalices there. It was very kind and loving, generous, patient, compassionate, honorable, warm, loving, nurturing, having a smile like sunshine, completely, absolutely attractive, gorgeous, beautiful, all beautiful words associated with your wonderful looks. You're a banger. And it's right here on the bottom of the deck. I feel this is a great way to also finalize your reading because the delicacy of everything, it softens up, a lot of this hardcore energy on what it is, how it is that you began. And then, sitting pretty. And it's like, no, I'm really sitting pretty. Cheers. Still willing to share your cup here too as well. I love this. I love your reading, Libra Moons. All right. As within, so is without here too. Wonderful reading, Libra Moons. I hope that these messages were helpful. Keep doing your thing because you're doing fantastic here. I'm so proud of all of you. I hope that these messages were helpful, enlightening, empowering, and enriching here for you. Continue to know your worth here too as well. You really got it going on. Thank you all so much for your continued love and support. Welcome to all new subscribers. And until we meet again, I wish you all the very best. I can't stop talking, but I do want to also emphasize this queen being connected to the empress, this king being connected to that emperor energy there. Until we meet again, I wish you all the very, very best. Even more, your reading's beautiful. Take great care. I love you all, Libra Moons. Peace.